Alright. I think the stream is going. Oh. Whispers could be heard everywhere. Someone has collected and written them down. Holy crap, that is a lot to read. Remember to that reading guy, you know? The guy with the deep voice that used to read like this. Holy crap. Okay, let's read. Angelina of a field operations squad passed by the east side of the Foundation Square and saw someone in white by the Foundation. This is the earliest sightings of the target. Same Sunday, Mary of the medical department took stock of the Piscrasma extract 3 in the warehouse, behind which she found a rubber fishing bucket with 3 sucker-mouth catfishes inside, which were 3 to 4 inches long. Mary left the warehouse and the fishing bucket was gone. There were water spots and a little granite rubble left on the ground. On Monday, a cleaner found some abandoned fish hooks near the fountain as well as by multiple water sources. Most of the fish hooks were hung below treetops. So it looks like they're scouting and they see them fishing. Or they see their fishing stuff, but they haven't found them yet. But let's continue to read. A patrol squad found a set of fishing gear near reception Area 13. The gear set included a carbon fishing rod with the woolen core, a foldable rubber fishing bucket, and a comfortable folding chair, and 3 buckled boxes of bait made from carbuncle's tooth pulp. It is now taken to the lost and found. Alright, it seems to be a nameless angler in the Foundation. We have collected some basic information after the first inquiry, but a lot still remain unknown. What does he want? Where does he come from? Is he a ghost? A spy sent by other political organizations? Or an arcane puppet made by someone that plans to wipe out all the suckermouth catfishes because they have a problem with the appearance of the race? Everything remains unknown. Ha! Let's move on to the next inquiry. There's somebody fishing. Story time. Committee member Petra walks out. He sees the delegate's mark sitting in front of a mirror and shaping sideburns into blah blah blah. Okay, this is going too fast for me to read. A tie, ablaze with bright colors, is around his neck.
Isn't that scarf a bit too high profile?
Mark stops his beauty procedure and looks at Petra in the mirror.
I think it fits me just well. Huh, you chose a grey shirt. Wise decision.
It's Harry Potter.
Looks like you're fully prepared.
Mark doesn't answer that question. Instead, he pulls out a volume on the fouls and starts to draw and write on them.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce the first debater of the day, Pedro Paul Gonzalez Reyes. Graduated from the Law School of the University of Sao Paulo, he is a member of the committee and, more importantly, the challenger of the debate.
Pedro lifts the curtain and steps out onto the stage.
The other debater of the day is the delegate of the House of Integrados, Mark Hall. Over the past 10 years, he has served the Foundation by drafting countless acts and conventions. The topic of the debate today, storm reformation. Manpower and discipline is exactly a work of his.
We're about to see an actual debate. Not one seat has been left empty around the debate stage. Madam Z's eyes follow Mark as he walks into the line of sight with a big smile. The people on the stage are greeting each other. Madam Z takes off her glasses and wipes them again. The chamber is filled with noises. The confrontation between the two sides and
All right,
okay, that
both
went
sides
fast as
are
hell.
seated.
The fuck was that?
Before we start the debate officially, I suggest we give Mark, the draft writer, an opportunity to introduce the draft. Would you please, Mark?
With pleasure. Storm Reformation and its advocators believe in such a goal. In this ever-changing environment smitten by the storm, this draft will help the Foundation win the trust of a considerable number of arcanists who have different backgrounds and abilities in a more efficient and stable way.
That is exactly where I must raise an objection. The draft has a huge risk which Mark Hall has not realized at all.
No, sir. I totally understand what you're trying to say. You have put forward several questionable arguments to prove Verton's suspicion of disloyalty. In response to that, please allow me to invoke the following cases to prove Verton's competence for leading the unregistered arcanists. Please turn to page 373 of Verton's personnel file. As you can see, since Verton became the timekeeper, the number of unregistered arcanists she has rescued so far is 63. That is a number unmatched by that of anyone present. If that's not enough to prove her loyalty, let's continue.
I have to say, Mark, you have completely misunderstood my point of view. I don't care what Verton has done, but the feasibility of the draft. According to the existing regulations, the duties of educating and disciplining unregistered arcanists are taken by the School of Discipline. While you suggested in the draft that Timekeeper's personal teaching would replace the current collective training. Have you ever thought about the budget that we could possibly spend on it? The Foundation spends an alarming sum of money on education every year, and there is no way we pay extra for personal training.
Oh, what budget? I don't see why we're talking about budget all of a sudden. Did you really read the draft? I didn't mention a word about budget.
Of course you didn't, which exactly proves why you have never realized the risk I just mentioned.
Oh, it seems the real topic of the debate has just surfaced. I believe everyone in the hall is looking forward to where it goes. So, Mark, in terms of this point, we would like to know your real thoughts.
Always about the money. She gets up, walking towards the entrance. This is already a composition which the white would like to see.
The Blackstone is left there alone. The last move is also a defense in panic. If I were the player...
She gazes into the air. Lost in her thoughts, she doesn't feel the gaze cast upon her from another direction. Who's watching? Constantine is watching Madame Z from her corner. As Madame Z walks to the entrance, somebody stops her. A white item is handed to her. And then she disappears as soon as she steps out of the hall. Constantine averts her eyes and looks back at the two debaters on the stage. As soon as she left the hall, Madame Z takes out the white.
What is it?
Senato asked me to give it to you personally.
It looks like a simple, usual letter.
Dear Madam Z, with this letter, I send you my best regards. I have been instructed to manage affairs on behalf of Timekeeper during her treatment. Please let me know if there are any missions to alleviate the situation. I will do my best to meet your expectations.
Zanetto's so sweet.
Sincerely, Zanetto.
Good news.
To be continued. I want to see the debate. Oh, please, no reading paragraphs. The clerks have come with a new idea. They set up mini equipment around the plaza. Oh, whose ass am I kicking?
Anyone offer your seat to the senior?
Tú decides. Yeah, I know. What? You still don't recognize
I know my
me?
team is kind of trash.
Time for a special massage.
No, I just use whoever I get. Now I want the toothfairy.
Toes. Intentazo de nuevo? Yeah, I know. Sterilize. Oh, need me to get you guys an ambulance? Hey! Don't be shy,
Get out of
amigo.
here.
Let's head.
I want to
Would
see
you
how
buy me
strong
a
this
drink?
attack is.
Try for free. Try for free.
Okay, at max. Let's go. Let's go.
Rabbits.
Their plan won't work. The trees don't dream. Hail. Welcome, panel. Welcome to the dream, Arcanist. To enter the examination dream. Okay. Touch the tip of your nose with your left forefinger, and then press the spot above your heart with your right ring finger and middle finger. Hold the position for 3 seconds. When you feel heat in your throat or the middle part of your spine, press the start button. To enter the examination dream, press the tip of your tongue against the roof of your mouth and imagine something that makes you anxious or worried as specifically as possible. When there are goosebumps in your skin, press the start button. To enter the training dream, clench your fists 3 to 5 times, push the green button upward by 1 notch, and press the start button. To enter status simulation dream, do I even really need to read this? Like what? Hold the flatus a medium on the relevant books you need. Swallow the vanilla mint provided by the device and press the start button. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna read the rest of that. I don't think I need to know that IRL. Flashing red.
Oh, you're also here?
Lilia. What is the helmet, bro?
Yes. I am taking combat drills with the artificial somnambulism training system.
Lilia cast a sideways look at the screen in front of Zanetto. There shows her overall time length of practice.
6 hours. I'm not the only one goofing around.
No, I'm not. I am not goofing around.
Liar.
I am waiting for orders.
Her face flushes scarlet. Lily initiates the machine in front of her, unaware of her awkwardness.
Well, much luckier than me. I have so many things to build. Bit baklushe. Have you heard it? Literally me. I should have turned down the offer when they promoted me to the Foundation headquarters. They don't have any field missions for a flying witch.
Is it because of the provisions of talent protection?
Yes.
Only God knows. House arrest may be a better name.
It throws a casual glance at the screen. Dot dot
Look,
dot.
since we're both bored to death, do you want to have a try at some difficult things?
What is it? This.
She pouts her lips, hinting at something which she thinks should be obvious to both
Have you
of them.
tried the artificial somnambulism joint training? Put on the helmet together and switch to multiplayer mode. 2 operators can take on a harder training mode. More insane enemies! Like playing in the arcade.
Daniel stares blankly at Lilia as she operates the machine.
Okay. Shall I turn this red knob?
She's a bit worried, not sure what to do. She has to imitate what Lilia just did. And she murmurs,
What is an arcade?
Floor starts to vibrate as the machine goes into function. The multiplayer mode has been initiated.
What did you say? I can't hear you with my helmet on. Whoa, nice controller. Хорошо. I'm entering the zone now. Been a long time. Why not have some fun?
She quickly taps on some buttons, and the warning indicators on Sonetto's equipment suddenly flashes a red light.
The light is flashing. What did you press? I switched it to the hardest mode. You better get it together. Wait!
But there is no time to wait. 2 words in a big red front appears on the screen in front of them.
Don't fail me, top student.
The helmet has cut off their vital fluids and diverted them to a pre-programmed battlefield. The operator vision is about to change. Whose ass are we kicking? The hell? No, wasn't that one.
Let's kill time together.
Let's kill together.
Wear gloves. Take it easy. Get out of here. My child, here's something fun for you.
Oh shit! You guys saw that?
Bloody
This shit one
frog.
shot him.
Sterilized. Wear gloves.
We're just gonna have this.
The ocean
just
dried
this.
and I'm alone again. Get out of here.
Not one shot that guy.
Freaking dumbass.
But we healed. The hell is this? Okay, we're gonna kill that thing. I want that there.
I'm ready.
Let's debuff first.
Wear gloves. Would you buy me a drink? Oh, hi.
Hopefully the special kills him.
Go, go, puppies.
Okay, yeah, this special does not do much damage, huh?
Hey. Handle it, take it easy. Try for free. Try for free. Handle it gently. Take it easy.
Get out of here.
My child, here's something fun for you.
Something fun for you, my child. Holy crap, that's a lot.
Bloody prom. Wear gloves.
I guess I'll use that. I don't need to hold on to it.
Ocean dried and I'm alone again.
I was gonna say, how much did that hit? It's everybody.
I'm losing my patience. Ow! Ow! Don't be so hard.
Nice attacks. Use that on you.
I'm ready.
gonna save that.
Go! Go! Puppies!
Holy crap, it actually killed.
I'm losing my patience. Working toes. Where go? Sterilize.
Take it easy.
Get out of here. Oh, hi.
Flying handbag for only 3,000 paper aunties.
I'm ready.
Handle it. Take it easy.
Go! 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 Puppies!
Oh, there's one more wave. Oh crap, it's a boss.
Bloody prom.
I should use this
Where's
first.
one?
Bloody prom.
Get out of here.
Debuff,
The
low
ocean
debuff.
dried and I'm alone again.
I don't think that debuffed him. Yeah, it did.
Handle it gently. Bloody prom.
I'm
Flying
ready.
handbag for only 3,000 paper aunties.
What? What just happened?
How dare you?
Ow!
My special.
Where go? Sterilize. I'm losing my patience. Ha ha!
That was kind of trash.
I'm ready.
Handle it just. Take it easy. Flying handbag for only 3,000 paper aunties.
Go! 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 Puppies!
Pride goes before the fall. I've been there.
Breathing out. I am exhausted.
Exhausted.
Almost joking.
They take off their helmets, slumping onto the floor together. Their gloves are soaked in sweat. They subside into momentary silence, looking at each other. But they burst into laughter in high spirits.
I haven't had so much fun for centuries.
You Dado? Making me feel some type of way.
How many times did we die?
Yes.
Sorry, I cannot do math now. My mind goes blank.
Who would expect the Sonetto would have a brain fade?
Lilia falls backwards, lying on her back, staring at the white ceiling with peaceful joy. Sonetto leans onto the wall, exhausted. It was the fight of her invitality. All noises that have been nagging them on for days now have disappeared. There are only breaths, the wind, and the smell of the concrete floor.
Have you heard the result of the debate?
I heard that. The number of people opposing the draft significantly increased after the debate.
It's not going well. Soon will be the voting session. The opposition has taken the lead.
I hope Miss Druvis can hold out.
You visited them?
I submitted a request to enter that building. The system arranged guards to accompany me to ensure my safety. The moment they entered the building, they started sawing the trees, saying that they need to carve out the path. Since then, I have not been there.
4.5 weeks. After that, they can't hold on for any longer.
Really? In that case, the vote result has to come out before that.
Meadow is deep in contemplation.
Hi, may the peace be with us.
How are you? Have a face?
Hello. May the peace be with us.
Do you mind giving us some privacy?
Do whatever you like.
They walk to the break room in the hallway.
Here is Madame Z's message. Please visit her in the office on Friday.
Ah, okay. Copy that. Thank you for the message.
With pleasure.
She nods and places her hand on her chest.
Wish you a good day.
Leaves the room in a quick trot. When Sonetto returns to her exercise equipment, she finds Lily is about to leave the room.
Are you leaving?
Yes.
Picks up her gloves in the canteen but hesitates. She pauses for a brief moment and quickly turns back to Sonetto.
Do you know how the penalties for destruction of public property of the Foundation and Brawl are determined?
Huh?
Don't break it.
Well, according to measures of the Foundation for Administrative Penalties, based on the severity of the circumstances, fines will be imposed and the offender's salaries shall be deducted accordingly in minor cases, while detention or expulsion shall be imposed in major cases. The penalty also depends on what is damaged. For example, production tools, household goods, buildings, equipment, and facilities, etc. These are the properties that involve less cost and limited influence if damaged. If the number of people involved in a brawl is equal to or less than 8, and there are no major casualties, the penalty will be minor. May I ask what happened? Why are you asking this all of a sudden?
Nothing. As I said, bored to death. So bored that I have been paying attention to the Foundation's regulations. Even the flying manuals failed to win this much of my attention. So long, Sonetto. Hopefully there's good news for us next time I see you.
To be continued. That's too hard. I'll do that off stream, I guess. The good news. All or nothing.
We are falling behind even further. A vote or two won't help us turn this around.
Become a better debater, Betty.
I know. The move to deny was indeed useless.
The arcanists that were on our side have defected. I misjudged the situation in the debate. I was going to seize the opportunity and the initiative.
He doesn't respond to him, only pacing back and forth in the room.
To seize the initiative may bring us the chance.
Oh, that looks good. Some boss
That
stars.
is to say, don't pull back, don't jump, even when they're attacking. But to focus on the bigger picture, to win strong positions.
She seems to have a sudden flash of insight and reaches out her hand without being aware of doing
The
so.
black took care. Then the white hane and the black counter hane here. The white stand, the black osae. Through these moves, I see. The move to D11 can save us more than 10 Mukov stones. We can still win within 10 moves. Mark.
Yes? Are there any other things we can do?
We need an influencer. A leader who can win us more than 10 votes. Give me the file of the uncommitted leaders, including those who were neutral about this issue in the beginning.
Okay.
He seemed perplexed, but still quickly retrieved the files and starts browsing them on the chair. The room is in complete silence except for the slight noises of flipping pages.
Buzzed.
No. Too young to be convincing.
Noni, head of the Natural Resource Committee?
There are only 3 of them in the group.
Senator Bernard, leader of the Mankind Caucus. Forget it.
Bernard? Oh, yes. He can be your man. He is eloquent and leads a group of 11. All of the 11 are his loyal followers. Why is he uncommitted? I thought he would be the first to vote.
Perhaps they believe it's a sure bet.
Find out what he's been up to.
But, Madam Z, are you sure you want to cooperate with him? This doesn't make any sense. We don't even serve the same group.
Mark, we're all serving for the Foundation's future. I just want to know what he needs now.
The office in Chicago, US. He is trying to cover that region with his influence. Bernard believes the employees there are guilty of serious dereliction of duty. They discriminate against humans of different classes, and are suspected of committing electoral fraud in collusion with the local capitals. The Supreme Court's investigators have already intervened, but they cannot go out due to the storm right now, so the case is pending investigation.
Chicago office. I've read the reports on there. I see.
Same.
Great. Exactly what we can help with.
Through what?
Through Soneto. I have a meeting with her on Friday. This may lead us to a win-win situation.
We continue. Or reading. Don't waste such a chance. Hardest mode it is. I'm kicking somebody's butt.
Anyone offer your seat to a
Oh,
senior?
it's the giant cats. Whatever.
Yeah, I know.
Take it easy.
Hey, hey, hey! Don't be shy, mi amigo. Let's dance. Sterilize. Tú decides. Oh, hi. What? You still don't recognize me?
Oh,
What about
almost.
now?
Don't be so hard.
That's if I casted 3-star incantation.
Now,
Do that.
choose 2 lucky guests.
Do
Handle
our
it gently.
AoEs.
Take it easy.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is no magic, nor any special kind of mechanic. It's just
Ah, that killed them all. Let's go.
Pride goes before the fall. I've been there. You better take it.
Gosh. This victory you deserve. What's that? Yeah. What's this? This is all story. Drink some water.
Best wishes for the upcoming victory.
It will be the final vote soon. It's a stunning victory for us. Cheers!
Cheers! May the peace be with us.
Martin Luther?
You're in a good mood.
Z.
He must be in the wrong room. You can't find those friends who tell Balderdash here.
Bernard stops them with a wag of a hand. He pushes his way through the crowd and comes up to her.
What brings you here, our honorable committee member?
May I have a word with you, Bernard?
Let me check my watch again. It's 3 in the afternoon. I don't think I've drunk that much. Could you repeat that again? You want me to canvass for you?
To be more precise, to form a partnership.
My. What a creative idea. What can you offer? Not supporting such a stupid draft next time? Or recruiting new arcanists for our caucus?
What about a witness for the case of Chicago office?
He instantly frowns.
Who is it? Give me the name.
I will, if you collaborate with me. Or talk to me with a better attitude.
I'm sorry. Our philosophies have always been different, and that led to prejudice. But being mysterious won't show us sincerity for each other, right?
A staff of mine is willing to testify as a witness. Her report can prove your point.
Strong enough to prove their negligence?
It depends on the special prosecutor. But the evidence is strong enough to prove that you're innocent from setting up others out of your personal interest.
You can't help breaking into laughter.
Looks like you've got your own little bird. The management there sucks. They don't serve humans or arcanists. They're just puppets manipulated by money.
Him?
I want to bring order back to that place. And I've collected quite a lot of evidence against them. Yet the most ridiculous thing happened. In the second week after I submitted the investigation application to the Supreme Court, the evidence was gone. My men found their charred pieces in the garbage room. Someone threw them into the shredding incinerator.
Have copies, buddy.
It was like I could do nothing but surrender.
You have a wolf by your ears. I understand.
Noah takes a deep breath before he starts to talk again.
But you're asking for too much. 11 votes. We're on the opposite side. I can never persuade all of them to vote for you. Besides, the court session of the Chicago case starts later than the final vote. Don't tell me you want the service before you pay for it.
Don't worry. You can vote after testifying.
How are you gonna do that?
I will do what I can, in my power. The vote won't start so soon.
He raises one eyebrow.
I can try for 9 votes, or 10, for the appreciation of your political resourcefulness.
Madam C holds the hand waiting in front of her.
Good luck making a better Chicago office, Bernard.
Oh, to be continued. Contact point. Usually it's only like up to 15. I guess this one might be like 20 or something. Unlike the other days, Constantine isn't by her desk today. The light in the room stays off. She has her back to the door, facing the window. Daylight slowly permeates into the room. I can
Come
read
in.
that word in time.
I'm here to report the situation so far. Some neutral parties have tilted in favor of the draft.
How many?
Not a lot of them, but enough to make the votes even. They have always pursued revolution in the Foundation. Looks like Mark has finally persuaded them. I heard Miss Z has been working hard on canvassing too. But the number of the conservatives remains the same. We don't have to worry about that. I believe we will still prevail in the final vote days later.
What about the other groups?
Still functioning as usual. Nothing special. By the way, Bernard and his men paid a visit to SPDM. I didn't get to talk to them.
She turns back to face the window.
Thank you for the report. She's never been so persistent. Do you know why she's been so different this time, Pedro?
Maybe because Vertine is the goat. Sports field.
I didn't realize you had time to invite me to play table tennis.
Who's this?
Or are you actually here to lobby, Madam Z?
I'll say both, Cats.
Cats?
Back then when I was a student, I'd often invite my classmates to play ping pong after we left the laboratory. A cold shower after getting soaked in sweat is a piece of memory I can't forget.
You remind me of the old days in the table tennis varsity. You're the only one I can practice with here. Serve it, Madam Z. Let's compete.
Guess we're about to fight over some table tennis. What the hell is this? Friendship prevails. Our teammates are not in... Oh. Yeah, I want to know what this enemy is. Guardian Spirit. Okay. What the hell is this? I have one too.
Take it easy.
Time to heat up the forge.
A little bit hot here.
What the hell?
What you think about this?
My attacks aren't doing anything.
Wear gloves.
That and
Sterilize.
that.
Freaking dumbass! Oh, hi.
You have to rely on this guy.
Bloody prom. Would you buy me a drink?
Wear gloves.
The ocean dried and I'm alone again.
Even
Try
the
for
specials
free.
do one.
Try for free.
Oh, hi.
Okay, that thing's cooking at least. Do a little heal. Do that.
Ready.
A sharp blade.
Then we
I'm
try to
using
get
my
another
patience.
counter. Hopefully to counter this damage.
Go, go, puppies.
Hate Street style.
I should have used it on the other one. Oh, another counter. Let's go.
Trust me, this is gonna be fun. My turn.
Don't be so hard.
Okay, it still does one. Oh, but it burns them still, whatever that is.
Sterilize.
Handle it gently.
You're on a ride.
Wear gloves.
Melt it down, forge it up.
1 damage, let's go. There we go.
As long as
And
I've got
he
you
actually
at my
cooked.
side, I've got nothing to worry about.
Backhand chop. Great, great.
She numbly picks up.
Again. Ready to go. Hey. Nice shot.
Okay, she got a point. Oh, never mind.
We're planning to revise some articles in the draft.
Which articles?
The articles about strengthening the control of registered arcanists. You're right. We do need to improve the credibility of the Foundation in the outside world.
Tell me more.
The Timekeeper's power to discipline should be transferred back to the School of Discipline and the Foundation. The Foundation will conduct a unified risk assessment on Arcanists to ensure this team is always under control.
But in fact, it still belongs to the Timekeeper, right?
That is our minimum requirement, and you will not change.
I didn't expect you to compromise.
Okay.
It's not a compromise. It's a reasonable amendment to the draft. Transferring the power of education and discipline to the Foundation will help lower the budget and reduce the pressure on Burton.
And you would even lobby an opponent, me, for this amendment.
A reasonable appeal shouldn't be rejected just because it is raised by a different faction. The Foundation needs solidarity, not contradiction. If the draft is meant to pass, I will do whatever I can to make it meet most expectations. Just like this ping pong game. Friendship first, competition second. Legislation shall serve the people.
The hell?
You have my vote, Madam Z.
A vote is now the only thing I need, cats.
And they were cooking with the ping pong table, table tennis. Basically, it's basically what that is. We're being honest here.
Ping pong.
Oh, there he goes.
Ping pong. Ping pong. Ping pong. Ping pong. Yep, agreed. It's too noisy. You were looking at the little ball made of plastic. It hops from left to right, making an annoying sound. But all we can do to it is look at it. Just like all you can do to me is tolerate my existence. For both of us have nowhere to go.
As always, cooking with the words.
Ha! Look at your frowning face. Your face wrinkles from the eyebrows to the nose tip. But people can barely see those light furrows. We know what that means. You have a poker face, and it's never your fault. But for now, your face is not the thing that matters. Well, maybe for someone it is, but still, it's not. You know what really matters? The game. Yes, it's the game. Of course the game matters. Everyone loves the game. They gather at the stadium yelling or roaring vehemently. They choose one team to become its fan and spend good money on a team uniform or an autographed ball. Yet, it's just a ball. You see where I'm coming from? Just a ball. Its outline, a circle, could be found in any geometry textbook and anywhere in this world. When the first hominid picked up a coconut and threw it to the sky, and caught it, and threw it, and caught it, and threw it again, when she felt joy and yelped, had she ever thought of the future?
Why a coconut though? Why couldn't it be like an apple? You know? Or an orange. I guess those expire like way worse than a coconut would.
The future where a simple ball has become so complicated and enchanting. Now we call it the present.
Could have been a rock.
Yes, sure. Complicated and enchanting. Use your silly and smart head to think about this ball game carefully. The complex scoring rules, the harsh requirements for reactive agility, the countless possible foul points. Your fingers, your wrists and arms, a correct way of using them will lead to victory. What matters more is, like every ball game, it focuses on how you serve the ball and hit it back. It's not an easy job as it sounds. When you are in the game, you need to concentrate. Where will the ball come from and how will you return it to your opponent? You need to figure that out within half a second. Use your power in a proper way. Move your feet in a stable pace. Inhale and exhale at the right timings. Ping, pong, ping, pong, ping. The sound will last forever and ever, until that bouncing little thing falls to either side of the court.
That's fine. Unit clerk, stop and watch by the table. The game is about to start.
Let's kill time together. Sterilize. Yeah, I know. Get out of here. Ta-da! Time for a special massage.
The hell did he just do? What the hell are they doing?
Handle it gently.
I don't like it.
Take it easy. Handle it gently. Try for free. Try for free. flying handbag for only 3,000 turbidantes. My child, here's something fun for you.
Tú decides. Take it easy. Yeah, tú decides.
All AoE.
A little bit hot here.
Oh, need me to get you guys an... What? You still don't recognize me? What about...
I just noticed that was a sign.
Red shirts.
She drops on them. It's crazy. He's advertising. What am I using these for? I might just eat a cookie. Oh.
Constantine.
Constantine, sitting behind the rust room, looks up. She takes her reading glasses,
Has
closes
the
the
voting
book.
started? You see, here is the number of votes I have estimated. The pro-drafts will lose by 5 votes to their opponent. Don't forget our bet. The one who loses will pay for the new stamps.
The final vote is not today, I'm afraid.
He has a complicated look on her
The
face.
speech is still ongoing. She's just started the part on Article 3, Section 5 of the Rules of Procedure. But the speech has already lasted 7 hours. Even some delegates have left.
What?
Smiles,
A
surprised.
filibuster?
Yes,
Haven't heard that
and
word in a while.
Katz's speech will be right after that. So, I guess the final vote won't start until tomorrow. That won't make a difference. Delaying the vote won't change the result.
Besides,
We don't know yet. I didn't expect that she would be trying so hard. But for me, this is not necessarily bad news. The filibuster will only have 2 outcomes. It is either one of the parties wins over 2/3 of support and gains victory, or both parties get stuck in a tug of war. If this tug of war doesn't end with a clear outcome, the Storm Reformation will end up completely dead and forbidden to be discussed within 5 years. Are the stakes getting too high?
someone trots over.
Madam Vice President? Mr. President came back from the PAX house.
I will go see him now.
Who's the president? I don't remember.
He's waiting for you in the office.
I've been on and off the game, you know. It's been over again. Just a year. The hell? Hell, president?
Mr. President.
Not a kid.
Good day to you, sir. May the peace be with us.
May the peace be with us.
Are you feeling better these days?
I can still hang in for a few years. Thank you.
Are they doing all right?
Just as usual. Nothing to worry about.
Is there a small wave in the shadow?
I'll stay in the Foundation these months. The
Okay.
agenda is well arranged.
There is something more important that I must tell you in person.
Bend over to listen. Oh, okay, buddy. We want to hear too. Makes her eyes open wide in shock.
This is their judgment.
Yes.
The world shall know pain.
Then I have no objection to it.
He slowly resumes standing, then retreats for a few steps and almost falls on the floor.
Hold tight, my friend.
She supports herself by the foul cabinet.
Excuse me. I have to admit, I was surprised. Thank you for telling me this.
That's pretty short. Oh no.
Look at where you are. Paulina also once stood here. A human, a member of the St. Pavlov Foundation. She started from here, took 33 steps and a half, turned left, opened the door, and then turned right, went on for another 5 meters. She stopped and opened the Historical Intelligence Cabinet. For work, sweetheart. Most of the actions we took in most of the time were for our jobs, or for the sake of getting one. She's a good employee, the kind of person who sincerely wishes to contribute to society. Her dedication to work equally applied to events as big as maintaining peace, and matters as trivial as looking through old files.
That's
It was the 1931 file, or the 1935 one. She hasn't gotten there yet. But there is another folder which has caught her attention. On December 28th, 1932, on the wonderful day of the Holy Innocents in Mexico, 13 Arcanist High School students attacked the crowd during the nighttime celebration. They claimed the Oracle had uttered to them, from the inside of a gigantic Cordia Eleanoides, that they had to shoulder the responsibility to protect the people.
Okay, I would have never been able to pronounce that word. Eleanoides. Okay.
So they took their wands and knives, carried bottles of potion of concocted picric acid and nitrocellulose, and walked into the festival market like any regular happy young people. Their attack led to 17 deaths.
Damn.
6 were injured, among which 4 were disabled for life.
Damn.
One young girl among the attackers couldn't physiologically stop her hysterical laughter, even when she was under arrest. She quivered convulsively, with her hands twitching tightly on 31-centimeter-long pruning shears. She kept muttering the word Bakoti, which is the common way to call the Cordia Eleanoides among the lumber dealers. In the Aztec civilization, it means giant mouth. Any mouth can talk.
Giggity?
In this case of mass hysteria, this was the one true rule. Hysteria, madness, paranoia, hearing voices or seeing things. These abnormalities are the sparks flying in the air, and Arcanists are like dry cotton. The encounter of the two will cause a fire. Paulina complained quietly. She accused the danger of fire, the risk of heat. One can hardly hold no grudges against the flame when it is hidden next to you patiently, waiting. She started to mutter something of a more extreme nature. She was carried away, forgot that each individual has their own right even in a collective body. She forgot what public opinion can do to subtly influence a community. Her eyes were fixed on the scarlet flame. Racist thoughts crept silently into her blonde-haired, beautiful head, like a cunning centipede.
Alright there, buddy.
Fortunately, this is not yet the end of the story. Paulina still had her chances to change. Change. Yes. An alteration. Everybody has to change. You can improve your living standards, pay for prettier white clothes, drive around in a limo painted in bright pink. Anything to prove that you're as much of a man as those tough warriors in ancient Europe. Or you can try the bitter side of life. A life so bad that every weekend you have nowhere to go but lie on a couch hollowed out by your dog and pick your nose. You pick it hard, just to
buddy.
locate and take out the hardest, largest booger that irritates your nasal membranes to stop the endless sneezing.
That is crazy because I actually feel that way, but I'm not gonna, feel that way right now for some reason.
The change of Paulina started from a question. A senior staff of the Foundation walked to her, flipping through the pages of the same folder, and asked, "But Paulina, how are you going to deal with the fire?"
Fight it with fire.
On the next page, the survivors started a new life under the supportive measures, and the crazy children have left their poor family, leaving the violence and harassment behind, and moved into a sanatorium with white walls. The record of the follow-up visits showed that they have stayed mentally stable since. They learned to calm themselves and overcame drug addiction and alcohol abuse. Some of them were even married. Between the last 2 pages, there lies a thank you letter. The name signed at the end of the letter went on for 2 lines, and the last name ends with a cheerful strike going up. The fire is always there, Paulina. We need to find a way to live with it, not to extinguish it. Keep them somewhere safe, like a high shelf, and away from the fuel. Watch over the temperature. Maybe teach them to burn in a manner that no one, including themselves, would be hurt. Division and confrontation have never taken this world to a better place, have they? They went on talking for a bit more. About the responsibilities of this job, about personal liabilities, about hatred, about the minorities, about the practices that ought to be taken to realize ideas. Young Paulina had changed. Drops of tears seep out from the bottom of that pair of beautiful green eyes. I shed tears with her, of course. Sadly, I was busy sucking the flavoring powder on chips off my fingers and missed the right moment to wipe those tears off my face. Nevertheless, this is my favorite episode. We should watch it again. Look at where you are. Paulina also once stood here.
Road of a Puppy.
As witness?
Yes. Your report means a lot to him.
I can provide the report, but I have no experience in court hearings. If I say something wrong, will it affect the special prosecutor's decision?
Blah, 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 blah. Gentle voice.
Soneto, testifying is not taking exams. The court doesn't need a skillful witness. Just honestly tell them what you saw. Focus on the point, and don't distort the facts. The Supreme Court, they value the sense of justice of the youth.
Sense of justice.
And that's a noble quality you have.
I will do my best, Madam Z.
Same.
Call
Meeting
the
room.
witness.
Taken by the crown, Seneno walks into the court. In front of her, the special prosecutor has an almost godlike solemn look on her face.
Greetings. May the peace be with us.
May the peace be with us. Sonetto, as informed by the subpoena, you have been called forth by the accuser, Bernard Wilson, to testify as the witness in court. Could you specify the relationship between you and the accuser?
We did not know each other. I heard of him at work, but we rarely worked together.
Then why did he call you?
I was one of the parties involved in the 1929 storm incident. I submitted a detailed report of that. He searched the database and found the report, so he made a request for access to my supervisor, Madam Z. Then, Madam Z asked if I would be willing to provide the report and attend court as witness.
Could you tell me the reason why you agreed to testify?
My immediate supervisor is having a long-term treatment, and there are more time slots available on my schedule. I am happy to be able to make a difference during the time and defend the established facts. More importantly,
They let her have a stick in court. Senero musters her courage and presents a box of files on the desk.
I personally believe that there is still much room for improvement for the Foundation's office in Chicago in the United States.
Special prosecutor seems slightly surprised.
What is this, Miss Sonetto?
This is a record of all my travels from the time I received the promotion order in the research center to go to the office in Chicago in the United States, to the time I went back to the headquarters of the Foundation when the storm came. This is the field report and diary I wrote about the storm in 1929.
What point do you make?
I would like to prove that the Foundation's office in Chicago in the United States violated the Declaration, Fight for the Peace and Order of Mankind, and the rights of some humans and arcanists.
You're tarnishing our reputation!
Someone leaps to his feet on the other side of the table. He is the assigned director of the Constituency.
I request a debate duel! I won't allow her to distort the truth like this!
Mr. Seth, I haven't checked these files yet. Silence, please.
Please, God.
Your Honor, you can examine the files one by one while we're having the debate duel. I can't bear to see the long history of our office slandered in this way by a newcomer. I demand a duel with her.
Silence!
Sonetto is an investigator with rich combat experience. There is no good dueling with her.
Special prosecutor turns to Sonetto.
Do you accept the debate duel?
What debate's going on
I have no
recently?
objection, madam.
See Sonetto get in there. The defendant's necklace has turned scarlet out of anger. The special prosecutor stands up and raises both her
Please
arms.
to the stage, duelists. The debate during your duel will be faithfully recorded. 3 defeats in the debate of one side will end the duel. You have the floor now.
Let me just kick his ass.
No wingman is needed.
Try her. She's not high enough level.
Let's have a party then!
Sotheby back.
Look at my back.
I have decades of historical materials of the office and know it better than anyone else.
I can do this.
Well, you were in
Oh,
office for just 3 days? What makes you think your testimony is more valuable than my materials?
Whether the history is long or short, it does not affect the validity of the facts.
Damn.
Article 78 of the International Law of Procedure states, any individual who has knowledge of the case and has an independent will is obliged to testify as witness. Hereon, I shall prove the value of my testimony.
With this.
Wanna watch the aerial stunts? Right win. Fine. Wanna watch the aerial stunts? Don't blink.
I'm gonna save my special for an annoying one.
Fine. Wanna watch the aerial stunts? A little trick.
Out of here.
February 14th, 1929, after the storm. Half of the staff in the office were absent from work. I learned that this was permitted by the director. They were required to sell alcohol in speakeasies at night to make a profit for the office. The malpractice at daytime was therefore tacitly approved. This can be found in photo appendix number 3-12-8.
Damn. Damn.
Slander! It's individual behavior of the employees who do not comply with the rules.
Fly with this mother.
Fine.
I comply with this.
Wanna watch the aerial stunts? Right win.
Oh, that did
A
nothing.
little trick.
And he
Haven't
just
you
smacked
eaten?
the shit out of me. I don't even know what he did.
Whatever. Сколько
Using that.
побед. Wanna watch the aerial stunts? Swallow my exhaust.
Not gonna let my guy cook.
Right win.
But I feel like I didn't even kill him. Damn, he disarmed me. Yes. Oh, shoot.
Хорошо. Wanna watch the aerial stunts? Oh.
Dusted.
That morning, an hour and a half before my encounter with Timekeeper, a procession appeared in the square in front of the office. They were mostly humans, with a few arcanists. They were protesting against the high registration fee charged by the office for registering their identity information. In addition, there was a racial brawl in the square, but the office did not send anyone to pacify the crowd or maintain the order.
Do you have any evidence?
I wrote them in my diary. Does that count as evidence?
Yes. Please tell me which page it is on.
Why does this motherfucker have a ray gun? Okay, at least these attacks are stronger against him.
Хорошо. Whatever. Right win.
Oh yeah.
Swallow my exhaust.
Hopefully this killed him. Now I want to get hit with that ray gun.
These are all insignificant glitches. To be honest, you can find similar problems in any large institution in the world. As long as we manage the office in a different way or change the staff, it would be improved. But you claimed that we violated the Declaration of Peace. This is pure slander, gross defamation.
I am not slandering the office. Schneider.
I remember Snyder. She's the the girl with the guns.
You refuse to offer a human. No, an entire family, the shelter of the Foundation.
She has like freaking 13 sisters.
Need a bodyguard.
And she's the one that died.
Schneider, a friend we met in Chicago. She once chose to join the Foundation under the pressure of both the Storm and Manus Vindictae. But instead of offering any solution or help, you just gave her a rejection letter. I found this letter in her suit pocket. It had a small line written on it. Popper's... fuck off.
Oh, okay, she said it.
I had completely no idea what this was about. Not to mention the fact that no one at the office had ever heard of the storm. What help could they offer?
In this particular case, you should have reported to the headquarters or to the investigators out there, instead of doing nothing but leaving an insult. I do not understand why there was such wording on it. Was it because she did not pay enough shelter fee to qualify for sheltering? Or was it because the wand she used was transformed by Arcanum, which made you think she was an Arcanist? Does not the Declaration of Peace say, everyone strong or weak, rich or poor, of any race deserves a helping hand so that the existing peace and order shall be maintained?
He's breathing.
They were humans. If only they had made it to the headquarters sooner. Maybe they...
In the particular circumstance at present, it's impossible for the headquarters to take in humans from all over the world. But you bring out a possibility better than anything that happened. Thank you very much for your testimony, Ms. Zanetto. And also for the debate, Mr. Seth.
Prosecutor and jury get up gathering papers on the desk. And call that a debate, he got destroyed. Sonetto's ears are gradually cooling off.
I seem to be too emotional just now.
I agree. Calm down. Snyder was not your friend. He passes the hallway feeling completely lost. She feels the court session is not over. She is still in the middle of the storm.
Miss Zanetto.
Special prosecutor stops her from behind.
You brought us a great debate.
In the bright daylight in the hallway, Sonetto finally takes a good look at the special prosecutor. This is quite the extraordinary face. White, hard, and skin texture different from any creatures.
Have you heard of the Supreme Court? You should come when you're free.
Familiar color catches your eyes. Oh, okay, that's not that much. An defiled scale, sitting high up in the hall of judgment, with the listening ears, the sniffing nose, the watching eyes, the raising brows, and the speaking mouth. Being the well-polished, the bright, the spacious, whatever that word is. It is the dazzling daylight itself. It is the carrier of a noble virtue, and as untouchable as the feathers on a bird's throat, as unsullied as the unexplored snowy ground, as undisturbed as the rippleless milk in the glass. I trust myself that I have encountered such whiteness before, sometime, somewhere. Before, sometime, somewhere. Okay, I already read that. $19. A corner of the board.
I was told you have something important to share.
Have to put it on
Yes,
auto.
the filibuster is about to end.
What the hell is this?
Z told me they are going to end the speech and apply for the official vote at noon. If you're going to continue with the debate, don't forget to send your men.
Constantine doesn't reply. She glances at the delegates from their
Do you
seats.
see Bernard over there?
Yes. Quite a lot of his men attended today. They have remained uncommitted to Storm Reformation so far. I thought they wouldn't bother to attend. The opposition side doesn't need a dozen more votes to win, after all.
But the advocates of the draft do.
The chairwoman casts an eye on her, perplexed. Yet Constantine doesn't intend to explain. She looks
There
weary.
will be a new draft given to you in 2 hours. I brought together a revision group last night with some hired experts. We have adjusted some of the articles in the previous draft. I will need you to present it to everyone when the time comes.
What for? Is that draft going to be adopted?
The president draft. The chairwoman looks ghastly. She can't help but ask again to confirm her suspicion.
Oh, the draft is going to be adopted, isn't it?
There are things that even I cannot maneuver. All I can do is bring benefits to as many people as possible. I have specifically made some amendments to the clearance to educate and discipline unregistered arcanists in Section 3 on page 21, as well as the duties and obligations of the Timekeeper's special team in Section 1 on page 40. Every arcanist assigned to the Timekeeper's department will be put through the Foundation's risk assessment and graded accordingly. Ordinary arcanists only need to receive primary artificial somnambulism training. The more extraordinary ones will be sent to the School of Discipline for re-education.
Delegate Mark also submitted another edition, which was quite similar to this one.
Is that so?
He chuckled at his half-relaxed and half-bitter smile.
Well, very well. I'm pleased we have reached a consensus even before we meet. Here are more things we have revised. Given their resistance to the storm, the Timekeeper's special team will take up more work related to Manus Vindictae. The Foundation will utilize their abilities.
He sits down in her chair.
We've also fine-tuned the details. They will be given more executive power while the Foundation retains control over all things. Remember, we have to make everyone aware of these changes before the voting starts. We have to make sure this version of the proposal is the one that gets the final approval in the end.
Understood.
The chairwoman looks up. Light sheds on the reading glasses and gives out the bluish white color.
This is happening. Huh. The first revolution targeting arcanists in the past decades. Don't forget my stamps for this quarter, Constantine.
The right side of the hall is where the most eloquent people gather, the lecture area. Madame Z stands on the podium after the speech lasting for days. She feels herself physically struggling, but in her mind is getting clearer and clearer, more and more excited. Every cell in her body is ready to wake up the very moment the voting starts. She looks at the rostrum, Constantine sitting next to the chairwoman calmly. This is strange calmness. So strange that she is almost certain that she is watching Constantine place a piece on the bottom right corner of the board.
Am I so tired that my eyes are failing me? No, it's not the time to relax. Just 2 more hours. Hang in there. It will end soon.
Don't sit down. Close your eyes for a second. Picnic on the lawn.
roast leg of lamb, Wellington steak, Turkish kebab. Oh, I want meat!
Are you hungry? Worry not. The leaves of the potatoes we planted have turned yellow. Miss Druvis said this is the harvest time. Let's dig them out and make shepherd's pie.
Potato? Vegetable? No, I don't want them anymore.
Same.
I've been eating healthy salads for a month. I want meat. I want rich, juicy, meaty, sinewy, savory, sizzling meat. Wait. It smells so good. That's meat. Where's that smell coming from?
I do smell something good as well.
Willoughby stands on tiptoe, seeking the source of the incredible smell.
I'll take a look.
Regulus rubs her stomach, grabs her bag, and dashes out.
Wait, Regulus! The critter's lair is over there!
Critters? No worries. Critter is a type of meat. Roast it over fire and a square meal is here. Smells so good.
Better go fight some critters.
It's over here.
He's gone.
Oh no, what can I do? Father said some critters could cause hallucination and diarrhea if eaten.
What's going on, Miss Sotheby? Why are you here walking around alone?
Apple floats in the air and looks around them.
Where is Captain?
Oh, good to see you here. Regulus said you smelled meat and went straight to the forest to catch critters.
Waffle. It has been too long since we last had Dr. Pepper. Does Captain finally start to have a senior moment?
Let's hurry over and take a look. The smell of food is unusual. It's verdant over there. There may well be other dangers lurking somewhere.
Regulus appears among the trees. The aroma of food has become more intense.
This is weird. Where on earth does the smell come from?
Regulus is also looking for the answer to the same question. She looks down, scrabbling in weeds. As she goes through them, the weeds unexpectedly shake out, in which springs up a black shadow.
Blimey! It's a carbuncle! Regulus, it's not edible!
There comes another one. Another one. Another one.
That's the lair of carbuncles. They've been stirred up.
Whoa! A bumper harvest of critters! Come and help!
Hold on, Captain. We're coming.
Me? Is everyone else dead?
Put you out.
And it was
Bye.
by choosing Jay that they
Bye,
became.
good guy.
Offer your seat to the senior?
What's this?
Or am I attacking them?
What's that?
Time to heat up the forge.
I tripled the ingredients this time.
What you think about this?
Take it easy.
This motherfucker has 3 attacks.
Handle it gently. Take it easy.
A sharp blade.
Hey! Flying hand bag for only 3,000 turbidantes.
Why don't I introduce you to the lady in my life?
I thought that would kill him.
What's this? What's that?
Handle it gently.
Typhon won't give up his friends. Neither will Sotheby. I tripled the ingredients this time.
A little bit hot here.
Time to heat up the forge. A sharp blade. 8th Street style. My forge, my rules. Hey, this body's all natural.
I know what.
You're on a ride to the corner of butt kicking.
Take it easy.
This is the gift. Well prepared for you.
Melt it down, forge it up.
He attacks all of them. Thought it was only 2 for some reason.
Handle it gently. Take it easy. Handle it gently. Bloody prom. Try for free. Try for free. The ocean dried and I'm alone again.
Time to heat up the forge. A sharp blade. Why don't I introduce you to the lady in my life? I'm an artist with steel.
Handle it gently.
Time to heat up the forge.
Flying handbag for only
Good.
3,000 turbidantes.
I've already said that Sotheby doesn't need a bodyguard.
Are they really all inedible?
Yes.
I did smell the sizzling meat. It's somewhere around here. Right around...
Oh, hi.
Who are you?
An athletic figure shows up from behind the bushes.
Lilia? What are you doing here?
Lilia throws her bag at their feet. A roasted leg of lamb wrapped in tinfoil falls out of her bag.
I got you something good.
Roasted pork knuckle, farmer sausage, black forest ham, and some unknown drinks. Liver bread,
Whoa!
letter bread, and something else. She pulls out the lamb as a flash and devours the meat.
Lamb, it tastes so good. So good. I barely know what grease is supposed to taste like. Thank the great god of rock for his blessings. This pirate finally gets some meat to eat.
Huh? It is me you should thank, the goddess of victory, who soon brings you freedom.
Bring us freedom soon. May I ask, how should I interpret your words?
Lily sits down on the ground. He opens up one of the cans and pours the drink into her
You
mouth.
want some?
Rubens takes the drink from her and takes a sip.
Thank you so much for coming alone and providing us with supplies, Lilia. However, please tell us why you are here. Did Madame Z send you?
Lilia shakes her head. She gives out 4 fingers.
Already been 4.5 weeks, right? This is not the first time I visit you guys here.
The one hiding in the shadow last time? It's you?
I wonder how much longer you can hold on for Vertin. You see, saying is one thing, fighting is another. I've seen many deserters. Way too many. Crying out loud, peeing their pants, drooling all over on their rabbit food. But you guys are different. You actually did it. You conquered places in the Foundation, defended your own places, and put pressure on those in white till this day, the last day in this 4.5 weeks. That's the Stalnaya Volia I appreciate. If I didn't come today, would you eat your boots tomorrow?
Of course not. We still have potatoes, almost ripe.
And carrots.
Thank you for your kindness, Miss Lilia. May I take it that you are coming to bring us the good news? Is there a final result for Madame Z's draft?
So far as I know, Madame Z hasn't given up yet. Just like you, when she gets serious, she looks like a fierce doe. But I already lost my patience. Tons of processes need to be done before it can be performed, even if the draft is passed at the final vote. As long as Vertin is still on that bed in the ward, you're just an isolated island. Everyone can step on you.
Lilia stands up and pats off the dust on her.
Take care of them for me when necessary. That's what Vertin said when she gave me the vodka. It's time to deliver on my promise.
Are you going to do something dangerous?
A thing that is worth the risk. I've been waiting for this moment for so long. Someone needs to wake up from the dream.
What is she going to destroy? She's talking about destroying something.
The story has come to a new stage. It is fascinating. It has plots of unwavering loyalty, survival from the jaws of death, and even a little bit of unconventional excitement. Raise your head, and you will see this splendid spotlight grilling the top of our heads like a stove heating a frying pan. We mumble and mumble and mumble. Something like arcanists, new changes, perseverance, and the storm. Right, that's it. The storm. The storm is no longer something new here. Everyone in the story talks about the storm. People don't find it attractive anymore. Once you turn the camera out of the spotlight, you'll see many other people on the stage. Many other people.
So are they?
The other actors. Actors who are different from you. Their name won't be listed in the cast at the end of the movie. Not even a poor St. Pavlov squad leader A. They're a bunch of people. A bunch of people just like you, though there are still differences between you and them. Open their bellies and you can find everything that should be there. The liver, the stomach, the spleen, the lungs, and the heart. Their faces are clear to be seen. Look at them carefully. Carefully. Oh, you might have met one or two of them. They come from the same institution as yours. The St. Pavlov Foundation. Eve from the France branch. La from the Egypt branch. And the Matryoshka from the Russia branch. Oh, right. Your first friend made in a branch. That young man with the red nose. Ken from the Scotland branch. You looked here, you looked there. You couldn't find him anywhere, however hard you tried. Good question. I'll help you find him. Let's keep looking around, but this time vertically instead of horizontally. That's right. Upside vertical. Don't be afraid of that radiant spotlight. Look there. Ignore the risk of blinding your eyes. And you see it. A white umbrella, bigger and wider than any umbrella you have seen. Those green flashes stinging your eyes is the price you have to pay for finding it. The white umbrella is a shelter from the rain, saving that orange-haired girl in white for you. And you have witnessed how people standing in the pouring storm without shelter fade away. Like your little friends, and Ken from the Scotland branch. Remember the differences I just mentioned? A great time to keep silent. Your ugly trauma, a mixture of your mental issues and miserable past, would burst out in the next second, making everyone's heart twitch. But think otherwise. If the truth were known to all, today's not real, and there's no tomorrow. I'm going to eat my shoes and an asteroid is falling. Then all of them would go crazy. Those pigeons valuing sense above anything won't sit aside and let this happen. So they made the most sensible choice. The huge white umbrella has only sheltered those qualified people. Qualified according to their standard. Now, let's cross our arms and make an arrogant judgment like those cynics. How cruel it is! And then, you may start contemplating. Should they all go aboard the Ark? Can this Ark carry this many people? Try to raise the question as peacefully and slowly as you can. And their enthusiasm will be dampened. And let out a sound like what you hear when you pour water into a heated pan. Their feelings. Oh, they. You mean Eve, La, and the Matryoshka. Of course you care about your friends. That's a virtue of yours I won't forget. In order to understand their feelings, you need to bend down and reach. That's right. Reach for the dark corner under the stage. Until your fingertip is wrapped by soft, warm, and considerate black velvet, as comfortable as a mother's singing to her baby in a crib. That's what the people without a shelter above them are feeling now. More silence. You are really good at finding the right timing for your silence. Seems like my friend and I are experts in farting soundlessly in the elevator cart.
Okay, buddy, what are you talking about?
My hypocrite and dumb friend. Think about it in a different way. Who knows how much garbage there is under the stage? There may be liquid seeping out of rotten pastry and dairy products, intrusions of American cockroach with sleek abdomen crawling everywhere. Who can say it's not a blessing to know nothing about the truth? Especially when you can't leave this shitty place.
He's right, we're all stuck here. Ever and ever and ever. Give me the tooth fairy. Give me the tooth fairy. Please. Is that a 5-star? I think that was a 5-star character. Oh, I'm never gonna get the tooth fairy in my. That's just a 5-star character, I think. Yep. Alright, I think that's it for me. I'll finish this off another day, maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow? Maybe. Maybe Tuesday, or maybe Wednesday. Just have to find out. Ooh.